Somebody asked me, somebody did a video saying that I said that the new covenant doesn't have a provision for eternal life. If you look at the text of the new covenant, it does not mention eternal life. It mentions, you have to read the covenant. It's only a few verses, so it won't take you that long to go to Jeremiah 31 and read it. But it's got to do with putting Israel in their land and renewing them so that they can stay in the land, and it's as mortals, so that they'll enjoy their inheritance. It is not the covenant which gives eternal life. That covenant is the everlasting covenant between the Father and the Son that made Christ the shepherd of the sheep. And it's according to that covenant, the shepherding of the sheep, Christ said in John 10 that the Father gave him a commandment to lay down his life for the sheep. And that he gives his life for the sheep, and he's going to be able to call them by name and lead them into glory. The life comes from his shepherding. That comes from the triune God. And that is the covenant between the Father and the Son. And that's the covenant that makes him a blessing and a salvation for every individual who believes in him. Now, the blood of the everlasting covenant is the blood of the new covenant. He's, on the one hand, ratifying the everlasting covenant with the Father by being the shepherd of his sheep and laying his life down for us, to give his life for us, so that we may receive eternal life. But then he's also being given over for the nation of Israel. Remember, Caiaphas prophesied and said, well, it's expedient that one man died for the nation. For the new covenant, his blood secured the forgiveness of the sins for the nation of Israel, so that when they're back in their land, that God is just in passing over their past tense sins. Then he puts his spirit in them and causes them to walk in his ways, so they'll not depart from him. That is, again, for mortals in the land. The new covenant is specifically said to be for Israel. So I know that for people who have a really religious concept about what the new covenant is, you need to read the terms and listen to what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm speaking quickly. I want to just get this one done real quick.